Hello, my friends. I am not planning on leaving the house at all today, so for today's daily vlog, I think I'm just going to talk about books with you guys for a little bit. I have some books I've received from Amazon in the last couple of days. I've just finished a book, I've just started a book, and I want to start another one really, really soon. So we are going to get into that now. So first, I think we should go into some of the pre-orders I've received yesterday and today. So the first one I have is Barbarian's Mate by Ruby Dixon. This is the 6th book in the Ice Planet Barbarian series. I read these books ages ago. I think they were all on script, so I listened to the audiobooks maybe 2 or 3 years ago, but I always hated the covers. And I don't know if you guys obviously have heard about these, but the new covers coming out are like illustrated and beautiful. So I'm slowly purchasing each of them as they come out because they're being released one by one by one. Next, I have a pre-order I got from Amazon, and it is and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, it is the Mina Lima edition of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. We can have a big discussion about J.K. Rowling and how she's problematic and separating an artist from their art and giving money to someone that you don't support. I understand all of that, but these editions, I don't understand how you could not have them on your shelf as a Harry Potter fan. Like, we have got this page here. Oh, I don't know if you can see. So, it starts off looking like a cup of tea. Okay. And then you spin the spoon and you get the Grim. It is, if you haven't heard of these, the Mina Lima editions of, I think, all of their books are super interactive. So I've got the Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban. I also have The Wizard of Oz and Alice in Wonderland in these beautiful editions. Oh, and I love this page. Spoilers. It's obviously the lake with the Dementors, but you open it and you have a full Patronus. I think this edition is absolutely beautiful. I love just flipping through them and playing with all the interactive pieces. We also have a Marauders map, and we've got the Time Turner. It's such a fun edition. So yeah, taking J.K. Rowling entirely out of the equation, these editions are so beautiful to me. But this is a thick book, so I'm really curious about how exactly they're going to do the Order of the Phoenix. Maybe they'll split it into two books, like a part 1 and part 2, because Prisoner of Azkaban is a short book and it's already so thick because of all the interactive elements. So I'm not sure how they're going to do that, but I would highly recommend these editions. And even apart from the interactive elements, they're illustrated as well with colorful illustrations. They're beautiful. I love those editions. So next I have got the sequel to Icebreaker, which is Wildfire. This came out this week, so I had it pre-ordered from Amazon. I haven't read, of course, I haven't read Icebreaker yet. I don't even know where it is on my shelf. Found it. It's over there. Yeah, haven't read the first one, but this is what I do with books, okay? I buy all the books, and then once I have them all, I read them all. You know, there's a fine line between being a book buyer, a book reader, and a book collector, you know? Next, I have a brand new release. A lot of these are brand new releases. Actually, all of them are brand new releases. I have a brand new release from Tessa Bailey. It is a Christmas romance called Wreck the Halls, and I have been slowly collecting some Christmas reads for December, and I'm very excited to add this one to the list. And I think there's going to be a sequel to one of the ones I read last year. I've got too many books, and I don't know where I put them once I finish reading them. What was it called? The one that I think it was Tessa Bailey and Julie Murphy. Well, don't know where it is, but I think there's a sequel to that book as well. So no idea what this is about. Something about a lead singer in a band, possibly. I'm very excited because Christmas books are my favorite. And last that I've received, a pre-order, is My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine. This cover, first of all, is so cute. I love it. Love, love. And it's basically exactly what it sounds like. A girl needs a place to stay, so she finds someone who's looking for a roommate. And again, same thing with the Southern Book Club's Guide to Vampires. I hope that he's an actual, like, I mean, he looks like an actual vampire, right? But I hope he is an actual vampire. Because that's always a fear of mine. I've read too many books where, like, we think a character is sus, we think they're a vampire or a werewolf, and then it all gets explained away. And, yeah, I don't want that to happen with this book. And it would be perfect for October, but I've already got so many books to read in October, which leads us on to the next section of this vlog. So last night I finally finished, I say finally, I'd only been reading it for 2 or 3 days, but I did finish Hunting Adeline. This book is 640 something pages. It is a big boy. It was a 16-hour audiobook, but we did it. Do you guys want to know my thoughts and feelings without any spoilers? My thoughts are I still enjoyed it. I would still recommend the duology if you're into a dark romance with a lot of messed up shit, okay? But was this as good as the first book? No, it wasn't. Did this book's pacing feel completely off? Yes, it did. And I just, 50% of this book, literally the first 50%, could have been condensed or completely cut. Like, I didn't enjoy the first 50%. I don't know if anyone, like, enjoys the first half of this book, but not only did I not enjoy it, it was not boring. It irritated me, and I wanted it to be over. But it wasn't boring. Either way, I gave this a 4-star, but I gave the first book 5, so it wasn't as good. Sarah I think she said that the second book was better for her. I completely disagree. There are a lot of things that get brought up in this book that should have at least been explored in the first book. Again, Sarah told me that I would like the ending because it ties up all the loose ends. It most definitely did not. There were a lot of loose ends at the end of this book, and I was like, oh, we're just going to end it there. Okay. I feel like the way this ended I need to learn how to speak English. I feel like the way this book ends leaves it open for a spin-off series about different characters, which I will not be reading because I don't like series that seem like they're over and then just continue and continue. It's a personal principle thing with me. Like, if the series is over, then let it lie. Stop adding and adding. This is my issue with Cassandra Clare. Why? Anyway, and since I finished Hunting Adeline, I started reading Murder in the Family just now. I've only just put it down to film this little video. I'm 70 pages in. I'm really enjoying it. I thought, like it says here, 1 body, 6 experts. Can you solve the crime before they do? This, a lot of this book is like transcripts of a true crime TV show that's being broadcast. And the 6 experts have all been gathered by the show's producer to try and solve a murder from 20 years prior. It's a different vibe than I thought, but it's better than I thought it would be. I'm already loving it. Like I said, I'm 70 pages in. That just flew by. There's a lot of characters to kind of keep track of, I will say. There's the 6 experts. There's the director, there's the producer, there's the people that were actually involved with the true crime case, and some of their friends and some of their relatives, and there's a lot of backstory, there's a lot of locations and times to remember. I definitely will not solve it before these experts, but I'm thoroughly enjoying the actual experience of it. I'm listening to the audiobook while I visually look at the book because there are pictures and things like that, but also the audiobook is a full cast, so I'm doing both at the same time. I don't know if I'll finish this today. In an ideal world, I would, but I don't know if I will because sometimes, like, after an hour or 2 of reading, I'm just like, I need to do something else. I need to get out of my room. I need to go do something. So I don't know if I'll finish it today, but it would be cool if I did. The other book I want to start today, and I think I will finish today, is Satan's Affair by H.D. Carlton. This is the novella that takes place before Haunting Adeline. But I didn't want to read it first because I think it would have been a spoiler. I know that this was not about the main 2 characters, it was about a side character. And I didn't really want to read about a side character before I'd seen them introduced naturally into the plot. But this, for those who didn't know it existed, because I know a couple of people haven't read this one or didn't know that it was a thing, this follows Sibby, who we meet in Haunting Adeline, who we find at Satan's Affair. Sibby is a loose cannon character. So a tiny part of me is not that excited about reading a whole novella about her. How many pages? I mean, even for a novella, it's pretty long. It's 150 pages. Yeah, I'm a little bit apprehensive because I didn't like Sibby as a character that much. So reading a novella from her point of view, I may not enjoy it. The main reason I do want to read this is because A, I hope we get to see more of Zaid and Addie, and B, there is a character we're introduced to at the very end of Hunting Adeline that we've never heard of before, who never gets explained. We never find out who he is or why he's there, and I hope maybe some of those questions are answered in this, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to get back into Murder in the Family. Maybe if I can get to like the 50% mark before I pick up Satan's Affair, I'll be happy. But I will definitely keep you guys updated on what I've read today and if I'm enjoying it, and I will see you guys later. Okay, my friends, it is several hours later. I have napped, I have had dinner, I have showered, I have washed my hair. I'm not about to go to bed, but it's like nighttime. It's probably 11 o'clock right now, or 10:30, whenever. I just finished Satan's Affair by H.G. Carlton, and it was fine. It was fine, but like, Sibby is not my type of character. Okay, if you've read The Cat and Mouse Duet by H.G. Carlton, and you know Sibby, this entire novella is told just before we meet her in the books and ends just, hang on, this book starts just before she's introduced and ends just before she's reintroduced. That's what I'm trying to say. And I didn't really like her as a character. I thought she was kind of cool, but also like, it was so exaggerated. It was just too much crazy in one person. And this little novella definitely kept up with that theme. It was really interesting to find out what her henchmen are. It was also really interesting to finally get that scene. So in Haunting Adeline, we see Zaid and Sibby meet for the first time from Zaid's point of view, and the next chapter is from Adeline's point of view, and she's with Zaid after he's just finished interacting with Sibby. And I always wanted to know what happened in that scene, and we got that full scene. It was kind of cute. It was like a really nice scene between Sibby and Zaid, apart from all the murdering and torturing and blood and gore. But the only thing I didn't get out of this, oh, and we also get some flashbacks to Sibby and not her childhood, but her father and the situation she was raised in, that potentially is the reason that she's as crazy as she is. But I had some questions at the end of Hunting Adeline. There is one character, it's literally, I don't think it's a spoiler at all. We get introduced to a character in the last like 10 pages whose name is Craven. Somehow Craven and Sibby know each other. I thought maybe we'd get a mention of a Craven in here just to be like a little nod to the last chapter of Hunting Adeline. Craven wasn't mentioned in here, so still don't know who he is. But I'm going to go back to Murder in the Family and see how far I can get before like I am ready to go to sleep.